Jasmine Crockett still conceals the meaning of Hot Wheels. The Texas Congresswoman still won't apologize over making fun of Texas Governor Abbott's disability. Here's what she said that kicked it off.
We in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
Whoa.
And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey. So,
Now, she claims that she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. Yet she's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted Beto's rolling around the state. Where's Abbott rolling?
Ever seen what happens when Jasmine Crockett strolls into a verbal showdown with Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus, thinking she's about to run the room? She came in rocking a recycled catchphrase like it was a weapon, flashing that overconfident grin that screams, "I've got this," only to watch her logic get tossed into witness protection before she even caught her breath. It all started with a comment so brazen, so tone-deaf, it's still echoing. The Texas Congresswoman still won't properly apologize for making fun of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's disability. Here's what she said that kicked it all off. "We in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. Whoa. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey." Now, after the backlash, she claims she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. She wants you to believe Hot Wheels was some clever metaphor for shipping migrants out of the state. It's a cleanup so clumsy. It's almost worse than the original offense. It's like saying, "I didn't do it, and even if I did, you're the real problem for noticing." This wasn't a one-off slip either. She's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted online, "Beto's rolling around the state. Where is Abbott rolling?" The pattern is there. But this moment on TV, this was different. This was where the carefully constructed image met a reality check, and the entire facade began to crumble. Gutfeld's sarcasm didn't just land, it crashed into her like a freight train with no brakes, leaving her arguments scattered all over the place. And then Tyrus stepped in. He didn't just throw shade, he dropped punchlines so heavy they could have cracked the floor. This wasn't a debate, it was a demolition.
Yeah, baby.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
Just when the wheels fall off.
You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason.
But before we get to the full takedown, you have to understand what triggered this verbal demolition. It wasn't just the Hot Wheels comment. It was a pattern, a brand of politics so rotten it led to this jaw-dropping moment. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument for why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred. "So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants. Right? The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay? So I'm lying. Raise your hands when the wheels fall off. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation. We done picking cotton. Let that sink in. Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Why is this clip getting replayed like a championship knockout? Once you see it, you understand why people are still talking and laughing about this wreckage. Jasmine Crockett, a name that practically begs to be splashed across an 80s movie poster, standing in slow motion with an explosion behind her. You'd expect raw energy, razor-sharp comebacks. But in reality, she's out here playing political chess with a busted pawn, moving in circles and wondering why she's not winning. She's caught in the endless rinse-and-repeat cycle of political buzzwords, tossing out catchphrases like confetti at a parade nobody showed up to. When the conversation heats up, she falls back into finger-waving theatrics, as if she's trying to convince herself more than anyone else that she's in control. She doesn't look like a fighter for the people. She looks like someone stuck in an eternal Zoom call about how to fight the system with no clue the real action is happening outside her little digital bubble.
Take it from there, Governor. I'm going to explain to you what happened.
Okay.
Same thing that happened on this show.
Yes.
she got the job. That was the get the job voice. Remember when I first met you? Good evening, Gutfeld. Nice to meet you. It's a real pleasure to be here. Oh, cool. Once I got the job, look at what it is. Let's crack jokes. So that's all it is. That's all it is. You know, just to get the job. You know, you gotta leave the Negro at home and do the what it is afternoon, and then once you get in, you can say whatever you want to say. Listen, everyone talks different with their crew and their people. Everyone has a different way of talking when they're with other people or whatever. She's too comfortable, and she thinks she's clever when she does that. But here's the cold part. Somebody's writing that for her.
Yeah.
That's why she had to remember and look back, because apparently Hot Wheels she thought was going to be someone thought it was a wonderful joke and it was going to do well. So she set it up, but she doesn't read good because she's like, and this, and then she said the Hot Wheels, and as soon as she said it, it didn't get the reaction that she thought it would.
Jasmine Crockett shot into the spotlight faster than one of those TikTok dances that everyone copies for a week and then forgets. Except her viral moment was less about substance and more about being seen in the right place with the right expression at the right time. She's mastered the art of looking deeply serious while saying absolutely nothing new, a skill that might win applause in the influencer world but falls flat in the political arena. Let's be honest, her track record is thin. If she were a Netflix series, the critics wouldn't be calling it a must-watch, they'd be warning you about full-on binge regret. You press play thinking you're getting action drama, maybe a few game-changing moments, but instead you get endless trailers, overhyped teasers, and a storyline that never delivers the big twist. Her bills roll out with flashy titles and glossy talking points, like party favors handed out at an exclusive event. They make a lot of noise when you open them, but the fun ends in 5 seconds, and you're left wondering why you even bothered. It's all sizzle, no steak, just a string of symbolic gestures dressed up to look like groundbreaking change. She's a pro at making headlines, no doubt about it. But when it comes to passing laws that actually stick, let's just say her legislative success rate is about as sturdy as a sandcastle at high tide.
You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. People write, this is why when white people write black slang, weird happens.
Yeah.
And this is what happens.
Well,
Like, if I wanted to get ethnic on somebody, I wouldn't call Joe and be like, hey Joe, write me some hood. No offense, Tyrus, I get right to it. Gee Willikers, that's not the guy. What? That doesn't sound like Joe Mackey?
So, Dana, Governor Hot Wheels, she claims that it had nothing to do with the fact that he actually moves by wheels in a wheelchair, and he's good looking.
Her cleanup was worse. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was super dumb. So basically she's saying, I didn't do it. And even I did do it though, we're the victim.
Nowhere is this more obvious than her stance on law and order. Oh, it's that classic political two-step. Talk tough on crime to look strong, then slip in the, but maybe we should redefine what crime means, line to keep the activist crowd happy. Translation, I want the woke points without putting in the grind. It's the kind of balancing act that leaves both sides shaking their heads, wondering if she even knows which team she's on. Her big push for crime reform sounds dreamy on paper, all about compassion and second chances. But when you strip away the buzzwords, it's like trying to fix a leaking roof with glitter glue. It looks nice for a second, but it's not holding anything together. That's not reform, that's chaos with a PR team. She's not patching the hole in the ship. She's too busy arguing about what color the deck chairs should be. Meanwhile, voters who actually want safer streets are left scrolling through her feed, wondering why she's tweeting about defunding police on Monday, and then promising common sense crime measures by Friday. Real common sense doesn't involve leaving everyone confused about where you actually stand.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha.
Or literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it?
Him is that he is a hot mess, honey. So,
Of course, Crockett now claims Hot Wheels was about shipping migrants out of the state. Don't you get that? Not the governor's condition. If only there was video that perfectly encapsulates the liberal inability to land a lick on MAGA. Turns out we have one. Roll it, Bjorn.
He's a racist.
How can I be
He's
racist?
a racist.
Okay with it?
If you go there for Trump, you're a racist.
I hope you enjoy the hat.
No,
she didn't attack her. She just
Never get tired of that.
This brings us back to the main event. Crockett walked into that studio thinking it was a ballet recital, but it was a heavyweight bout. And Tyrus doesn't just roast, he detonates. He was throwing verbal punches so sharp you'd think Crockett had just tried to sneak a political cheat code past him. The whole thing played out like a champ going toe-to-toe with a featherweight. One side bringing knockout power, the other twirling around hoping for style points. Spoiler alert, Crockett didn't just lose the round, she was getting dropped by the 1-2 combo of hard facts and the uncomfortable truth of her own contradictions. She claims to be standing for the people, but her track record is more about standing on the right side of a hashtag than standing on the right side of reality. It's the classic politician's trap: master the optics, keep the selfie sharp, and hope nobody notices the scoreboard. But with Greg and Tyrus in the ring, there's no hiding behind filters. When the bright lights hit, all that performative activism starts looking less like leadership and more like a very expensive Instagram shoot. To understand the takedown, you have to understand the setup. Tyrus explained it perfectly. It's about the get the job voice.
Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist! Tyrus, I go to you for no apparent reason. Do you have an opinion on this, or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay? None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing, I'm mad at Charmaine the guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be.
I'm going to explain to you what happened. Same thing that happened on this show. Yes, she got the job. That was the get the job voice. Remember when I first met you? Good evening, Dale. Nice to meet you. It's a real pleasure to be here. Oh, cool. Once I got the job, what it is. Let's crack jokes. That's all it is. You got to get the job, you got to leave the Negro at home and do the the what it is afternoon. And then once you get in, you can say whatever you want to say. He's pointing out she's too comfortable. She thinks she's clever when she does that. But here's the cold part. Somebody's writing that for her. That's why she had to remember and look back. Apparently, someone thought Hot Wheels was going to be a wonderful joke. She set it up, but she doesn't read good because she's like, and this, and then she said Hot Wheels. And as soon as she said it, it didn't get the reaction she thought it would. That's not just a failed joke. It's a peek behind the curtain at a politician so managed, so scripted, that even her insults are pre-packaged and poorly delivered. It exposes a deep inauthenticity.
They say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that, and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that. And I don't want you on my show. Get the hell out. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here, and you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy, you would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off because you're not going to talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem.
And if you thought it couldn't get worse, Jasmine Crockett has another hot take. It turns out, she has strong opinions on who other black people are allowed to marry. In an old clip that resurfaced, she attacked Florida Representative Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha. Or literally, it's because you married a white woman, and so you think that whitewash you.
That's not very woke, is it?
Racist, Tyrus. I go to you for no apparent reason. It has to come from me, yes. Okay, none of y'all are qualified. I'm mad at the guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be, people right. This is why when white people write black slang, weird happens. But if you say that and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that and I don't want you on my show, Get the hell out. You would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off. So what you're basically saying is Barack Obama was not the first black president now. So that means that Donald Trump is the first black president according to you.
We let too much slide because that's embarrassing. So what you're basically saying is Barack Obama was not the first black president now. So that means that Donald Trump is the first black president according to you.
Yeah.
So at some point, and listen, I have been with every shade of woman on the planet. I started out black, and then I went Pacific Islander, Asian, had a little Hispanic phase, and then I ran out to do and ended up with a white one. That's just how it happened. But they're all, I'm telling you, they all bitch the same, they all take your money the same, they all don't sleep with you all the time the same, and they all leave you the same.
Tyrus lays it bare. This isn't just a bad take. It's rank hypocrisy from someone who builds their entire brand on fighting supposed injustice. It's the kind of political identity crisis that makes you wonder, does Jasmine Crockett have a clear vision, or is she just wandering through the political buffet line, piling her plate with whatever looks good in the moment? This all ties back to her rhetoric. If Jasmine Crockett's speeches were a drink, they'd be a frothy cocktail mixed with equal parts hope, buzzwords, and a splash of "we'll see." She can toss out terms like intersectionality and community empowerment with the ease of someone reading from a script at a political TEDx event. It sounds big, important, even visionary, but she almost never follows those grand statements with the how. No roadmap, no numbers, no timeline. It's the political equivalent of ordering a fancy artisan latte with extra foam and beautiful art on top, then taking a sip only to realize it's just warm milk. All style, zero caffeine kick. While she's out front talking about justice, reform, and equity, some of the most pressing issues in her own district, streets that need repairs, schools that need resources, are still sitting there collecting dust, lost in her shuffle of press conferences and photo ops. People don't just want activism, they want action. They want results they can feel, not just hashtags for the evening news. So how does she get away with it? How does she keep her seat and her spotlight? Simple. That's politics in a nutshell. It's not always about what you do. It's about how loudly you say it, how confidently you present it, and how well you can curate your image online. Crockett has mastered that game. Her Twitter feed is a highlight reel of carefully chosen causes, hot takes designed for retweets, and photo ops that make her look like she's everywhere at once. She's perfected the art of looking busy while delivering very little of substance. She's like that kid in class who raises their hand for every project but never turns in the homework. All talk, no grind. Plenty of noise, zero results. And in today's political arena, that alone can be enough to keep you in power, at least until voters start looking past the hashtags and into the receipts. And that's exactly what Gutfeld and Tyrus did. They brought the receipts. In the end, this isn't just about one politician's gaffes. It's about accountability. Jasmine Crockett's record is as slippery as a politician caught mid-scandal. She sidesteps tough questions, like she's playing an endless game of political dodgeball, always protecting that curated image of a champion of the people. But that image is about as convincing as a $3 bill. Crockett is a walking contradiction, wrapped in a perpetual Twitter storm, promising the moon while delivering mostly noise. She is every trending buzzword in her arsenal, but none of the follow-through to make them matter. The passion is there, but the plan isn't. The speeches, she's got plenty, but the substance is missing in action. And that's exactly why when Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus tear into her, it's not just comedy, it's a full-on reality check. They're exposing the gap between the image she sells and the results she delivers. Crockett is not there yet, and the way things are going, she might never be. While she's busy perfecting her next selfie for the gram, the rest of us are stuck watching a political reality show that promises chaos but delivers nothing but filler episodes. If you want real progress, you don't get it by recycling slogans and hiding behind hashtags. You get it by doing the hard work. And when the illusion is pulled back, as it was on that stage, you're left with nothing but an empty box, tied up with a perfect ribbon. All sizzle, and absolutely no steak.